It was the week after the new Muppet special came out. My friends had been talking about its release and I didn't think much of it at the time. That was until they asked me to watch it too. So I said sure, it's whatever, I like watching things my friends suggest to me. So I watched the special one evening and it was honestly pretty good. Days had passed and my friends decided to have a whole Muppet marathon in the server we were in. I wasn't there for the first few movies, but one day I was able to watch the 2011 movie. Then after that, Muppets Most Wanted. Then my friend got us to watch the full series of Muppets Mayhem, along with the episodes from the original Muppet Show. Next thing you know, I'm watching Muppets media all by myself, making Muppet OCs, and even rambling about the Muppets with a friend or two. Hell, even my family knows about it. Something shifted in the span of a month, and I'm going to make it everyone's problem.
This is what we call a Muppet Show!
So, the Muppets. You've heard of them, people love them, and others have their own gripes about certain aspects of them, but we don't need to focus on that. Now, this video is an excuse for me to ramble about my current interest. Didn't stop at bothering people on Discord, so I'm sharing my insanity with my YouTube audience. Anything and everything for the past month has been nothing but Muppets. I thought creepypasta was going to be my thing, but nope, it was the Muppets. I will note now that I'll be talking about the movies I've seen so far in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled or hear my jumbled thoughts, that's completely fine. You can always watch something else. Now, there are so many things I could talk about, however I think I'll just start slow. Let you guys digest what's been going on first before I hit you with anything else. So from the intro alone, it was something that was crawling up my sleeve before it was implemented into my brain. I blame my friend for this, but I'm also extremely grateful. Taking in all of this Muppet media brought back a creative spark that has allowed me to have fun with what I create again. Not only that, but it was the one piece of media that had me pushing through while I was struggling with research. Yeah, I was dying there. Thank you, Electric Mayhem. Your groovacious energy was the only thing keeping me from ripping my hair out. Funny enough, the only reason why I started watching other Muppet media was because of Animal and Floyd Pepper. Animal was the reason why I watched Muppets in Space, and Floyd was my main motivation to watch The Muppet Show. I tried searching for his filmography. I know he's technically in every episode, but I wanted to look for specific ones in which he was most present. I was heavily disappointed to learn that the Brooke Shields episode wasn't available as a person who loves the Alice in Wonderland story. I wanted to see Caterpillar Floyd, dude. I really did. But thankfully, I was able to find the parts of it, at least in the Muppets Vault channel, so I'll take that as a win. In regards to the movies, I'm not gonna lie, I actually forgot the order of when I watched these, but I do know I wanted to get Muppets in Space and the Wizard of Oz adaptation out of the way. I like the Wizard of Oz, not because it was perfect, it was pretty bad, but it was absurd. I thought it was hilarious. Despite it being a kids movie, there are a lot of questionable choices made, like the innuendos, and the casual whitewashing. I'm not joking, they actually do whitewash Dorothy for like a few seconds. It caught me off guard, so off guard, that I had to pause the movie and finish it the next day because it really just bothered me that they just did that. It was odd. Muppets in Space was pretty good though. Not the most memorable, but I can appreciate the Muppets being roommates. It was pretty nice. It was honestly really sweet. I just kind of wish it wasn't a jukebox musical. I know this movie was something that went more in depth about Gonzo, about what he is, and how it's rather queer-coded from what I understand, but I'd prefer him to be whatever, just whatever, as that feels more him than any alien space plotline. But if you do like it, that's awesome. Good for you. Power to you, dude. The 2011 movie, along with Muppets Most Wanted, are up there, but not exactly my top two. I can appreciate it for being my second introduction to the Muppets though. I could tell there was passion put into these movies. I still don't get how Muppets Most Wanted didn't do well at the box office back then. The movie in general is enjoyable to watch, not to mention the songs. Music's so good, you make an animatic about it with your friends. The top two favorites at the moment are Treasure Island and The Muppets Christmas Carol, which is pretty easy, which are very basic choice, pretty easy if you ask me, but you gotta admit, if you've seen those movies, they're really good. I think it's mainly due to how the humans interact with the Muppets. I've seen these discussions before. They work together so well that it makes the movie even better to watch. As of recent, the other two movies I've watched were Muppets Take Manhattan and the other Christmas movie where Kermit doesn't exist and somehow Scooter became a dancer at a nightclub. You know the one. You've all seen it at one point. I vaguely remember a good chunk of that movie, especially since I was watching it in a call with friends. Many unhinged jokes were made that deterred me from what was happening, but I can confirm I was losing my shit over how everyone turned out without Kermit. So much so, I thought Miss Piggy died. Don't know why I thought that. I blame the 2015 series. I think I'll give it a second watch and come back to with a different opinion on it one of these days. Again, I'm sorry Miss Piggy. Sorry Queen, I thought you died. Okay, last one. My most recent movie was Muppets Take Manhattan. I've heard a lot of good things about this movie before, and so when another friend wanted to watch it with me, I was absolutely on board. It actually gives the Muppets time to build up their stardom and struggle in a big city environment. A huge contrast to the original Muppets movie, where they're immediately given the chance of stardom by the end of it, which makes sense. This is a movie directed by Frank Oz, and from what I've learned, he's the main reason why the characters have their depth in the first place. So I'm not surprised by the toned down whimsy for the film. However, it did keep the main themes of working hard to achieve your dreams, even if those dreams don't come to you immediately. There will be someone out there who will believe in you to make those dreams a reality. That's honestly the reason why I fell in love with the Muppets and grew attached to them in such a short amount of time. I hope they're given a chance to come back and not be pushed to the sidelines again. They deserve so much more than to be underutilized by Disney, and seeing how well the special is doing, there could be hope for their return. Anyway, I think that's about all I can say for the time being. I'm actually using a script for once. I think you could tell, because I know how unorganized and short this video could have been if I didn't have this script. Literally, I just had this burst of motivation hit me and I had to put that energy somewhere. So thanks for listening. Next video might be about my Muppet OCs, but I need a lot more courage for that. It's been a while. I'm a bit rusty. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, night, and or afternoon, and I'll see you another time. Bye! Fixation's so bad you start Yume shipping too, because why the hell not?